Greetings. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Diaspora Connect. I want to say welcome in the room. Thank you for tuning in. I decided to do a live today. Decided to come to you live today. I wanted to talk about why so-called African Americans, Black people, Negroes in America celebrates Juneteenth. Why do we celebrate Juneteenth? And this message or conversation will be primarily answering questions of continental Africans who are wondering, what is Juneteenth? Why are they celebrating Juneteenth? What is it? What is the big deal? What is it for? What does it mean? So I just want to do this video as a kind of like a historical kind of explanation of why we as African Americans, diaspora, we as African Americans or Black Americans or Negroes, Bantu in America, celebrate Juneteenth. Well, so really, the 4th of July is America's Independence Day. That is America's Independence Day. It's not Black Americans' Independence Day. Our supposed Independence Day was Juneteenth. It was June 19th. So Juneteenth, that's why I call it Juneteenth. It was June 19th. And I think it was like in the 1800s. I forget what specific year, but it was in the 1800s where Abraham Lincoln signed a proclamation stating that Africans would be no longer slaves. So we would be free. Black Americans or African Americans would be free and no longer property of the other nation, Mzungu. So yeah, that was a decree that went out or a paper that was drafted that we would be on the books, that we would be no longer slaves. We would be emancipated. So on Juneteenth in the 1800s, we were emancipated. So our ancestors. So therefore, we acknowledge that day, it was on June 19th. So we call it Juneteenth. And so there are many celebrations that they hold or that we have in America where we honor this day, we celebrate this day, our emancipation, supposedly our independence, our freedom, supposedly. But if anyone knows, in America we know, but outside of America, we're not really free. We are really not free because they still control us. They own most of the businesses and companies, and the system is run by Mzungu. So the Mzungus, white people, they run the system. So we're not actually free. We're free in that we don't have chains on, and that we're able to work and get paid for the work we do instead of working for free labor, taking care of others and building up America without getting any pay. We get paid now, but there are still many inequalities for us as African Americans in America. So I feel like Juneteenth, and we know that Juneteenth is a celebration, somewhat of a celebration of an Independence Day for Black people or African Americans. So the question I was just asking or wondering, should we celebrate it? And it's fine to celebrate it, and because I feel like we need something to acknowledge who we are and what we've been through. We need something. So I think it's necessary for some people who know that they love America, they want to stay there, and they want to feel like a part of America. It's like the Mzungus gave us a day that they acknowledged when they signed this decree on June 19th stating that we were emancipated. So, we celebrate that so-called freedom, but we're not free. We're still getting murdered in the streets. They could come in our house and take our houses. They can kill us at random and get away with it a lot of times. We're not treated fairly in purchasing homes and cars. We get higher interest rates. We're blocked out of certain communities. So no, we're not actually free in America. because they still own everything and we're under their system. So technically we're not really free, but hey, some people, they think that we're free over there. And we do have many blessings. I'm not going to take that away from us and say that we are not blessed by, have been born over there. We have many benefits to living in the West. But now my views on this channel are my own. They're not professional or anything like that. It's my personal views. I feel as though the things that we have is what we worked for. I mean, our ancestors were stolen from Africa over 500 years ago, brought to America to work and build up the country, which is why they took us over there to begin with. They wanted the biggest and the best from the continent. So they went throughout the Bantu regions on the continent, grabbing Africans to take them over to the West, to Babylon, to America, to build it up, and to all the other countries. Me specifically, I'm talking about America because that's where I am from. I'm not really talking about the other places, but they did take Africans throughout the four corners of the earth. We were dispersed. So we're in almost every nation. And we're usually, if you want to know who we are, we're usually the lowest on the totem pole. In every country that we are the lowest. We're treated the worst, we're the poorest, and we get the least. So if you want to know who we are, whatever nation you go into, the ones that's treated the worst, that's us. Hey, that's just what it is. So yeah, so we were brought to America, and our ancestors worked for free for years with no pay. So anything that we get, any benefits that we have being in America, it's because of us. It's not because Mzungu is giving us something. It's what we worked for. It's what we deserve. And we deserve much more. We deserve reparations, which nobody wants to have that conversation. They don't want to give us money for reparations, but they want to give it to the Ukrainians. So basically, they're giving our money to the Ukrainians. They're constantly giving them, thousands of dollars, which is her hard-earned money that they're giving to our enemies, who are the Ukrainians. They're the enemies of the chosen of the Most High, Yah, the real children of the book, the real Israelites of the book. Their descendants are the children of Abraham. Is the black African Americans or the African Bantu Hebrews. And majority were dispersed many were dispersed during the transatlantic slave trade. Many still remain on the continent of Africa. But we are the real people of the book, not the Ukrainians, the Israelites, the Israeli people, the one in the Middle East. They say they are the people of the book. They're not. They don't even believe in the Messiah and all that nonsense. So anyway, we're the people of the book. So America is giving our reparations to the Ukrainians. That's our money. Our ancestors worked for that money and made America great. Off the back of slaves, America became great off the back of slaves, our ancestors' backs. So we're due for reparations. We're due money for the mistreatment and the abuse, feeding our children to alligators, crocodiles, and the lynchings, hangings, burnings, everything that was done to us. We deserve reparations, but they don't want to give it to us, but we're going to get it somehow, some way, because the biblical scriptures say we will. We're going to come back to our motherland, the home of our ancestors, our forefathers, and we will come out with great substance, that we would have resources and riches. So we're waiting to see how that's going to pan out right now, but we are coming back home to the motherland. So if you are continental African, this conversation may be his history, explaining to you what we have been through, who we are, we are initially Africans. We were stolen over 500 years ago. We're the sixth region African diaspora. We're the sixth region one, not we're the historical one. And so we were stolen over 500 years ago, our ancestors. And so that's how most of us get dispersed off the four corners of the earth. That's why I am in America. My ancestors came from Africa, but my family was stolen away. So that's how I ended up in America. Yeah. But anyway, I just want to do this video about Juneteenth. I want to talk about why we celebrate it, why is it a big deal, why are African Americans celebrating and barbecuing and all this different stuff. I mean, they're literally celebrating this supposedly our independence. And that's what it's about. It's us being independent. We can be human beings like we were created to be, but the America, the Mzungus there, had us captive. We were like cattle. They would sell us like you do animals. And even in the Constitution, we're considered 1/3 human still in the Constitution. We couldn't vote at one point, so yeah, we were property at one point, but then we became emancipated June 19th in the 1800s, and then we became free slaves, like free slaves. But we're still slaves. We just don't have the chains and the shackles. But we're not free to really thrive in America. We're not free to thrive in that they control everything. So if we ever get together and we want to build a community, we want to, have our own businesses and schools, they will not allow us to do that. We have tried that several times. Like Black Wall Street, Google that, look that up, where we came together as a nation of people, tried to have all our top scientists, doctors, we had hospitals, schools, everything. And then the country, America, the government bombed. They dropped a bomb on their own people. They dropped a bomb on us and killed a lot of our people, and we were dispersed, and they burned our town down. So every time we try to have something as African Americans, Negroes, in America, they always make sure to disband it and destroy it. So it's going to be difficult for us to have anything. And we have to understand it's the land of our captivity. It's the land of our oppressors. It's the land of our enemies. So it's going to be hard to really thrive there. You're not going to be free because we're not seen the way we should be seen, with dignity and respect. So yeah, that's why a lot of us are leaving America, Black Americans, but there are some there that really love America. They want to stay, they want to ride it out, because they say that our ancestors built America, which they did, but we also built Egypt. But the Most High, uncreated Creator, the Almighty, told the Israelite children of Israel to come out of there, to leave, even though they built it. I'm sure some of our people stayed, some of our ancestors stayed, because some of them didn't want to leave, just like in America. They love it, they don't want to leave. So it's going to have to be something drastic to make them leave. Yeah, it's going to have to be something drastic to happen, which things are happening right now, because America is falling apart at the seams. The money is crashing, the economy is bad, food is shortages, and yeah, it's getting pretty bad there. So many people are leaving, and they're just looking for an African country to come back home to. There are 54, so you have the 54 to choose from. Many of us, Black Americans, Hebrews, Bantus, Israelites, Negroes, whatever you want to call us, we got all these names. But the Most High, the uncreated Creator, never really called us different names. He called us, the women, us, daughters of Zion, and he called the brothers Israelites. We're Israelites of the Bible, biblical Israelites. Priests and kings are our men, and we're princesses, and we are daughters of Zion. We're royalty, So we go by what the Bible say. We don't go by what men say. Just like when people tell me that Tanzania is not my home, or Africa is not my home, and it doesn't matter what they say. What matters is what the uncreated Creator says. He provided a way. He provided the resources for me to be here. I have been here on the continent for 3 years now. All praises. So I go by what he say. I don't go by what man says. So, and that's usually what we do. We follow the uncreated Creator wherever he leads us. He provides the resources, the finances, and that's how we're able to move around. Some people wonder, how are you able to be here 3 years, and how are you able to come here and travel? It's expensive. It is expensive. It's very expensive. However, we have a Creator who owns the whole world. He owns Africa. He owns America. He owns the whole world. And so when he says go somewhere, then he will provide the resources and the finances and to sustain, and then we follow. Okay, that's what we do. That's what you call faith. You have faith. It may not look like it, but you trust and believe what he says, and he will lead and guide you into all truth. So if you have not accepted the Messiah as your Redeemer, then you need to accept him, because the only way to get to the Father is through the Son. And I'm not going to keep, going. I'm not going to, do like a church service thing for you. But this is serious. This is your salvation we talking. So if you have not accepted the Messiah, we call him Yesiah, Yeshua, Hamashiach. Some people call him Jesus, but not Cedric Borgia, not the white man. He's not white. He's African. Yeah, the real Messiah. He's African. He hid amongst the Egyptians, just like Moses hid amongst the Egyptians. The Egyptians are black. If you don't know that, just go back and do a history lesson. I don't have time to break that down for you. But anyway, that is Juneteenth. That's why we celebrate it. It's when we became emancipated in June 19th. So that's why we call it Juneteenth. And this was in the 1800s. So I think it was 1842, but don't quote me on that. But it was in the 1800s that Abraham Lincoln signed the document, or the government in America decided that they wanted to proclaim and emancipate us, the slaves, allowing us to be free, which we're still not free, because you have the prison complex where they have a lot of the black Americans in prison, in jail, and when they're in there, they are using them for free labor. It's another form of slavery. So they're still allowing them to enslave us. So we won't normally, we probably, I would say we won't be free, technically free, until we leave America. We're not free as long as we live there, because we're under their systems. The only time you can really be free as an African born in America is if you leave that place, which is why I have left, which is why I'm here, because Africa is the only place where we weren't actually slaves. We were made slaves when we were stolen from Africa over 500 years ago, over 400 years ago. When our ancestors were stolen from Africa, before we were stolen, we were free here to travel throughout the continent. Whether we went to Jerusalem, our ancestors went to Jerusalem, and different places, Canaan and Mizraim, Egypt, wherever we went, we were free. But when we were taken from the continent and taken over to the European countries, we were enslaved, or to the Western countries, we were enslaved at that time. So we weren't born slaves, but we were made slaves. So when we come back here to Mama Africa, we're actually free. Yes, it's a struggle. Yes, it's a grind, but we're free, so it's worth the struggle. It's worth the grind. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video about Juneteenth. If you did not know what it was and why a lot of the African Americans are celebrating it, I was just wondering if you think we should celebrate it. Me, myself, I didn't celebrate it because I didn't feel free over there at any point. It was just another reason for us to celebrate, like another barbecue. We like to barbecue, have like a picnic outside with barbecue and cooking meat and grilling and at the park and all that. I hate to say picnic because that's wicked, but a gathering. We would gather outside and we would go to like the beaches and the parks, and we would have a reason to dance to music and gather with our friends and family and just celebrate. It's a reason to celebrate. That was all it was for me, because I never felt free in America, ever. It's always been oppression, working these jobs, going to these schools, dealing with these other nations, Mzungus, and everybody else. They've always mistreated us from birth as far as I can remember. So yeah, I've never felt free. But since I've been on the continent living here in Africa, I finally feel free. I felt free since I've been living here. Yes, it's been a struggle. I haven't had everything I've wanted all the time, and I haven't been as comfortable. However, I am free. I eat fresh food. The air is fresh. No Mzungu harassing me. No Karens bothering me, harassing me. So I've been feeling free. I hardly see Mzungu. I see nothing but Africans everywhere I go. So every now and then I'll see a Mzungu, but I like it like this. I prefer to see more of me than them. I want to be the majority, not the minority. I'm tired of being a minority. So I came to a place where I am the majority. So yeah, I'm on the continent of Africa, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. It's a beautiful country. I do travel consultations, business consultations. If you're interested in visiting, please, please, please hit me up. Email me at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, and I can assist you with the travel or a business consultation. I do business webinars and English tutoring if you're a local and you're interested in, brushing up on your English. We can chat. I kind of do tutoring, so yeah, that's some new service that I just added. So haven't had any customers yet, hey, but if you're interested, email me at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. I can assist you with those services. I did create a business. It's called Diaspora Connect. It's a consulting business where I consult with those interested in coming, visiting, etc. I've been here 3 years. All is well. Lived on the continent for 3 years. It has been amazing. A journey. I've learned a lot. I've experienced a lot. I've changed a lot. And so forth and so on. But yeah, I just want to do this video about Juneteenth. If you weren't aware, if you didn't know what it was, please go ahead and research on your own, Google or whatever, what it is. Juneteenth, Black African Americans being emancipated. Just like in America, they celebrate the 4th of July. That's their independence. That wasn't ours. We were still slaves. So we don't really technically, we shouldn't celebrate that, but a lot of us do. We always look for a reason to celebrate. But Juneteenth would be better for you to celebrate if you're going to celebrate. I don't celebrate either or, because as long as we're over there, we won't be free. We won't be free until we leave. Just like we were free before we got there and made slaves, we won't be free until we leave there, because America is actually the African Americans, a land of oppressors. We were captives. So the land of our captives. We were captives there. The land of our captivity, the land of our oppressors, and the land of our enemies. It's not freedom for us. It hasn't been home for us. Hello, blessings to you too. Blessings to you too. Thank you for tuning in. Everyone, this is Diaspora Connect. Thank you for tuning in. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up. Please thumbs up. Share this video with those who are interested in traveling, leaving America, want to come back to Mama Africa. I've been here 3 years. All is well. I'm at home right now on the continent. Yes, we do have homes. Yes, we do have normal houses, and we have phones, and we have stores, and we have beaches, and we have so many beautiful things. So it's not uncivilized like some people say. Now there are some places where you can go out of the city, out into rural areas, and it'll be a little bit more rural. But they have everything they need. They may have a borehole, but they have water. They may use the electricity, instead of, they may use solar panels. They may just use the daylight as light, and then they go to sleep before it gets dark. It's okay if that happens. They can still see and get things done. So it's not necessarily civilized. It's just more natural. It's a more natural way of living. It's not as developed all the time, but it's getting there. There are a lot of cities on the continent that are being developed. Dar es Salaam is one is really being developed and built up. Since me even being here, I noticed that Cocoa Beach is so much more developed than it was when I first got here in 2020. I went back over there about a year past, so I was over there in 2020, and then I went back at the end of 22, and it was just so built up and developed. So there's a lot of development going on the continent, and that's throughout the continent of Africa. So there are 54 countries. Find out which one you feel more comfortable visiting or repatriating to, or find out the culture, find out the spiritual practice. Here in Tanzania, you have mainly Christians and Muslims. But find out, where you fit. If you're an American, you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. Get you a passport. You travel wherever you want to stay. You can travel wherever you want to go. That's another benefit of us being in America. We have the blue passport. In that passport, you can travel anywhere in the world on that passport. So travel, expand your mind, and travel. Diaspora, and they call us, we're the historical diaspora. We're the 6 region ones. We're not the regular diaspora. So a diaspora in Tanzania would be someone that was born here and left at a young age and maybe went over to the West and they come back. That's their diaspora, but we are the 6th region. We're the historical ones. So we are from Africa, but we don't have any relatives that we know of, immediate relatives that live here, but we are still Africans. It's just we're the historical ones. We're the 6th region ones, right? So we're still from the continent. So find the place where you feel most comfortable, where you fit, and then Hi, sis. Hey, welcome. Thank you for everyone, all my faithful subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. Thumbs up, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Put in a comment down there so we can chat. I need to try to encourage more people to just comment so we can talk more. If you have any questions, if you want me to do a video about something. Now, I don't video other people. I don't like walk out, meaning I don't take my phone and do videos of other locals because they don't really like that. Shalom and blessings to you, Ayawa. Shalom. I don't really do that because people don't like that. Locals don't like you to like videotape them a lot, and I don't want to be rude. So I try to not to like walk along the street and videotape people without their permission. So that's why I do a lot of it in the house. And if I'm on the street by myself, then I may video, but I don't want to do that. Shalom, Lizzie. Shalom. Thank y'all for tuning into my live. I haven't done one in a while. Decided to do one today because they were messing with my lives. It seemed like every time I did a live, people was messing with it, y'all. So I'm gonna put my glasses on, y'all. People were messing with my lives, so I think you was messing with my lives, and so I decided to do more videos. But now I said, let me try to see if I can do this live and come to you. Attracted to East Africa and West Africa, where their ancestors come from. Our ancestors were in East Africa as well. People keep thinking that we only come from West Africa. We don't. Many of the Bantus, because we are Bantu. African Americans are Bantu. We're Bantu. Followed the Bantu migration. We were all over the continent. Majority of the Bantu people are in Middle, East, and South Africa, not West Africa. That's not Bantu. There's some over there, but not majority are Bantu are in Mid, East, and Southern Africa. So we're drawn to this area. Reason spiritually, we're drawn to this area. It's for a reason. And so, a lot of us were shipped out of Ghana, but because that was the gateway, that was the door of exit and entry into the continent. But a lot of us are from East. Our ancestors are from East, Southern, and Mid Africa, not West Africa. For some reason, everybody thinks we're only from West Africa. We're not. Just Google the Bantu migration. It'll show you how the Bantu people move. We're Bantu people. We are Bantus. The one in America were Bantus. Bantus and Hebrews are the same thing. No, majority of diaspora did not come from West Africa. That's not true. Just like I just said, please, please, please research and Google Bantu migration. We migrated, we moved all around the continent, but we didn't come from West Africa. Majority of the Bantu people are in Mid. Yes, we're not all from West Africa. My ancestors, I know, and I'm speaking for myself, I've been to Ghana, right? I'll say this, I've been to Ghana. When I went to Ghana, and I'm going to say this, I was the only light-complected person, okay? I was the only light-complected person in Ghana, everywhere I went. But when I went to Tanzania, everybody, it's a whole tribes. There are tribes that's my complexion, that look like me. In South Africa, Kosa, there are whole tribes that look like me. So I know that my ancestors are not from Nigeria. They're not from the West. They're from East or Southern Africa or Mid Africa, the Congo. I've been told I look Congolese too. So, it's okay, no problem. No problem for the typo. I do it all the time. Sometimes I don't have my glasses on and I start typing. But yeah, so not all of us are from West Africa. A lot of us were, we were captured and we were shipped out in West Africa, on the West Coast. But there are some of us from there, but not all of us. Not all of the African Americans in America are from West Africa. There are many of us from East, which is why do you think we're being attracted or drawn to Ghana and Tanzania? It's a lot of us in Tanzania as well. Our spirit resonates with this place. That means that something had to be going on in our bloodline here. We're not attracted to this place for no reason. You have your glasses on and still do that? I do that too sometimes. I have my glasses on and I still have a typo. So yeah, but yeah, the African Americans, like, we just have to do like our DNA, but I don't subscribe to DNA. I don't trust it. I trust more what Africans tell me. So being here in Tanzania, when I go places, when I walk around, of course y'all see I look like a local the way I'm dressed and everything. So the first time it came from, yes, exactly. The first African Americans, the first slave ship that landed in America came from the Congo, the Kingdom of the Congo, in 1819. It left Congo and landed in Virginia in America. So that being the case, you have to know that there are some of us from the Congo, from East, from Southern. So, and we're Bantu. Majority of the Bantu tribes, where do they live on the continent? Southern, East, Mid Africa. We're Bantu. We look just like them. We look like, the Western African people too, but we migrated over there too. But yeah, so we're not, 1619. I thought it was, I say 1819. It was 1619. The first slave ship left the Congo and landed in Virginia in 1619. And so that was from the Congo. So we can say we're Congolese as well. So no, we all did not come from West Africa. Do I look West African to y'all? I look more Eastern or Southern African, right? So Mid, Eastern, Southern Africa. So we're Bantu. So no, we don't all come, I don't know where that comes from. People think we all come from West Africa. We don't. We don't all come from West Africa. So please do your research on that and find out that we African Americans don't all come from West Africa. A lot of us do, but majority comes from East and Southern, Mid, East, and Southern Africa. So yeah, but anyway, I just want to do this video about Juneteenth. I want to explain to you why African Americans celebrate it, how important it is, why is it significant, what are they doing, why are they celebrating? It's because we were emancipated on June 19th in the 1800s from slavery. Abraham Lincoln signed a document stating that we were we're from all over, but I am saying because the majority of the Bantu people on the continent, where are most of them? Think about it. Majority of the Bantu people on the continent are from East, Mid, Eastern, and Southern Africa. Okay, so majority of the Bantu people on the continent are Mid, East, and Southern Africa, not West Africa. The majority of the Bantus are not from West Africa. You have some, but majority are Mid, East, and Southern Africa. We're Bantu in America. We're Hebrew Bantus, same people. These are our people over here. So that's why so many of us are drawn to East Africa. Someone asked the question, why are so many diaspora, African Americans or whatever, going to East Africa? Because this is where we're drawn. Our spirit resonates with this place. I've been to Ghana. My spirit didn't tell me to stay there. It wasn't the place. But when I came to Tanzania from America, my spirit resonated with this place. And I've met many diaspora, African Americans, Black, British, Jamaican, from all around, that Haiti, their spirit resonates with Tanzania. So it's a reason why. We can't tell you why. That's why we're coming in droves here. So it's a spiritual thing. It's not black and white. Oh, you come from this, that. Why are we being drawn here? And I feel at home here. I've been here 3 years. I feel at home. I look like everybody. There are Tanzanians that look like me. People keep telling me, you look like in Chaga, like the Chaga tribe in Kilimanjaro. People tell me I look like that, another tribe. So they think a lot of times that I am from here until they hear me speak, and I can't speak Swahili fluently, then they know. Now, where you from? But when they ask me where I am from, I ask them, where do you think I'm from? And they always say, Southern Africa. They always tell me, you look like you Southern Africa. That's South Africa. See, this is what I'm saying. The Bantu tribes, the Zulu, the Xhosa, you know, and others. So, yeah, so this is why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to explain what Juneteenth was, and this is primarily to those, the continental Africans who don't know our history as much. Some of them don't know and understand why we're celebrating Juneteenth, June 19th, which is when we were emancipated on the books. Abraham Lincoln signed the document stating that he's going to let the slaves are free. We became independent. So this is our Independence Day. June 19th is supposedly our Independence Day. But basically, they just took the shackles off of us, and the title of so-called slave in our face, at least, not behind our back. They still talk about us and call us that anyway. But they just took that title, that label off of us, and then we can freely be able to work and get paid for it. We can travel and within reason, because they still had the slave patrols, you know, hanging us and killing us and burning down our towns and raping us and doing all types of manner of wicked and dark demonic stuff against us, which is why America's going through what it's going through right now, because it's reaping what it has sown to us. The things that it's done to the Black Americans, it's reaping right now what it's done, and it's going to get much worse, because you can't take a whole nation of people and rape, rob, steal from them, murder, and just do all types of wickedness against them, and not think that the uncreated creator of heaven and earth, Abba Yah, the Almighty, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is not going to hold them accountable and judge them for touching his chosen people, even though we were in that situation because we sinned as a nation of people way back when, our ancestors, our forefathers. So we punished. America's a land of our punishment, a land of our prison cell. So once we served our term, we were set free. So now we're free to leave, to travel. So if you want to stay, then you stay in captivity. I don't want to stay. I want to be free. And so when now it's time for America to reap what it has sown. So everything is collapsing. The West is falling. The money, the food, everything, sicknesses, diseases, plagues, earthquakes, aliens, everything you think of is about to smash America. Just because it touched the wrong people, not only that, it's wicked too. They too, LGBTQ3, that's against the Bible. That's against the biblical scriptures. That's against the uncreated creator. So that too. So all of this is compounding, and now the cup of their wickedness is full. The cup of iniquity that that is full. So now it's time for them to get their judgment. And so they won't be protected like they have been in the past. America won't be protected like by the Almighty, the uncreated creator, like they have been in the past. They won't be protected like that. Yeah, they won't be forgiven like that because they're too wicked. They don't want to repent anyway. So they repent, but they won't. It's not even they're just too high-minded, too prideful to repent. So they won't just cry out to the uncreated creator, the Almighty, and apologize and turn away from their wickedness. No, because they love LGBTQ. So they won't stop. They love murdering Bantu people. They love the innocent blood of Bantu people, kidnapping them and taking their organs. And they love doing all this and eating them, drinking their blood. They love all this nasty, evil, wicked, dark stuff. So when judgment comes upon America, then you will know why. They touch the wrong people and they're wicked also, so. But anyway, it's their history. Like, it's their culture. It's Mzungu culture to be gay, homosexual, LGBTQ. That's not African culture. That's not Black Americans. We're not all down with that. Some of us get deceived, though. Some of us we got brainwashed and mind controlled to think that we're not a woman, we're not a man. That's mentally ill. You have a demon. It's a demonic spirit. You're wicked in the mind. Your mind is messed up. You need help. You need counseling. You need prayer. You don't need to be cutting off your organs. Then you will never have children. So, yeah, we got to think these things through, which is why I left, because I know how wicked it is and dark and demonic. And why I'm so glad I'm on the continent with people who have sense, people who know that they're men and women, people who know normal stuff, how to function, what children are for, what a husband is for, what a wife is for. Yeah, I want to live around people that's normal, not people who are mentally ill thinking that I'm a woman, but I think I'm a man. Come on now, that's a mental problem. That's mentally ill and it's demonic. So they will be judged for that. But you'll see, and you're seeing it now. So anyway, Africa is going to be the safest place in the world. Not that things won't happen over here, but one thing about the continent of Africa is it is not under judgment. Africa has served this judgment. Africa had poverty in the past and all this and that, and people bringing diseases over here, AIDS and Ebola and all that, and the West injecting diseases on the people. But now, it's the West's turn to reap what they have sown. So now Africa will be the safest place. I wouldn't want to be anywhere in the world but on the continent of Africa, because I don't feel safe around any other nations but African people, because I know African people have a special place in the heart of the Most High, and He will never allow Africa to be destroyed. Never. So I am where it's the safest place. I am feeling safe here. I haven't had any issues, haven't had any, little minor stuff, little theft, little burglary, little lies, little stuff here and there, but it's workable, y'all. You're going to have something. But I'd rather deal with the ills that I have experienced here in Africa than go to America and deal with that. They poisoning the food. They ain't got no fresh food. The water, they chemicals in the air. They poisoning the air quality. The money is dropping. The value of the dollar is this. Everything is falling apart, y'all. It's falling apart, and I don't want to be over there, right? That's why I'm over here. That's why I love this place. So feel blessed to be here. I'm grateful to be here. And yeah, just want to do this video so you can lay eyes on me. All is well. 13 in the room. Welcome to my channel, y'all. Please thumbs up, thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am almost at 1,900 subscribers. My goal is 2,000 subscribers, y'all. I know I don't have that many, but that's all right. I have what I'm supposed to have, considering. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to end this live because it looks like they just tapped into my video. I can tell when. So, yeah, I have a lot of issues with people tapping into my phone and stuff, but it's all good. I'm going to do another video in the next couple of days, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not looked at the last video I did about me living in Africa for 3 years, Tanzania specifically, I love ya. So please look at my last video, the video I just did before this one, my 3-year experience living on the continent. Hallelujah, Lizzie Liz, love you, sis. My 3 years of living in Mama Africa on the continent, my experience, what I've learned, and what I would like to share with you, just in case you're interested in visiting or coming here to live or repatriate or do business, etc. I just share some of my views. It did drag out. A couple of people was like, "Are you dragging it out? Won't you spit it out?" Well, the reason that I was dragging with it in a way because I did not write anything down, y'all. I did not write anything. I didn't write it in notes. So I was kind of all over the place. I was just flowing with my mind, trying to think of things that I've learned since I've been here. So it's a little kind of drug out a little bit, but I was speaking, and as I was speaking, the ideas was coming to my mind. So that's why if you notice, it's a little, I'm not getting to the point. I was trying to flow and think as I was speaking about what I've experienced here, the good and some of the things that you can take away if you're interested in coming here, how I've functioned here and things have happened to me. But yeah, all is well here. I'm happy, I'm healthy. Please, if you are interested in visiting, hit me up at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, and I can assist you with a travel or business consultation. That is my business. That's how I make my money. That's how I'm able to stay for 3 years. In addition to blessings that the Most High Uncreated Creator has blessed me with. He has blessed me with finances. Thank you to all those who have blessed me via CashApp, via PayPal, via my land and building project. I'm still working on a land and building project, y'all. It's been a little slow now, trying to get my monies right, but it's been kind of slow. But I'm still working on that because I do want to buy some land and do a little small business building project, as well as food and vegetables. So a little farm, little fruit, vegetables, little house, little structure, but nothing big and massive, because I don't have money like that. But anyway, I want to do something small. I'm still trying to figure out like what area and stuff like that. And so you can't rush into these things because so much is going on, y'all, and I don't want to get taken, right? So love you too, Liz. Thank you, sis. So yeah, I don't want to get taken. So I'm trying to take my time. I'm trying to like pray about it, think about it, look around. Much love to you, sis, Kiana. So I'm just trying to take my time. uh, hallelujah. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, but I'm chugging away, y'all. It's just me. So things are kind of slow. I did create the business, but it's slow because it's just me. So I gotta be careful who I gotta like filter through everybody I meet, filter through like integrity levels. Sometimes it takes time for you to get to know somebody. You can be around somebody for years and still not really know them. So before I just jump out there spending money trying to buy this land and do this, I'm trying to make sure my paperwork is right, make sure everything is legit. So once I start building and planting fruit and vegetables, nobody can come and just like take something from me. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to end this live. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you are interested in a travel business consultation, hit me up at diceforconnect0@gmail.com. I'll put all my information in the description box. If you want to bless me via CashApp, via PayPal, I take donations. No matter how small, it does not matter. 5, 10, 15, 20, at least 10, y'all, because 5, by the time you send in the fees, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, whatever you want to bless me with, I will take. It's not that expensive to survive here. The food is relatively reasonable, cheap compared to America, and it's fresh. So yeah, if you want to bless me, I accept donations. I appreciate it. I'm not monetized yet, so once I get monetized, I'll be so happy. But still working on it. I'm chugging away, y'all. I'm doing videos. I'm pumping out content as much as I can think of. So Juneteenth was just a topic that I thought that some local continental locals and as well as continental Africans may not understand what Juneteenth is and why we celebrate it. And so I just wanted to kind of touch on that and explain what the purpose of it is. And it's mainly, of course, in America. The African Americans, we usually like make a big deal and celebrate it because of our emancipation for our nation. Everything is about our nation, not just me as an individual, but our nation as a people. So yeah, and we're coming back home to Mama Africa, where we originate from. Some people are indigenous to America, which they still came from Africa. So even if they were indigenous to America and came there before Christopher Columbus, they still came from Africa. All human beings come from the continent of Africa. Africa is the cradle of humanity. This is where every person comes from. If people don't know, Africa is the oldest continent, so we all come from here. Yeah, so I'm going to end this live now. Thank you for tuning in. I'll do another one in a couple of days, and I want to say thank you, shalom, and thank you to all those who have donated to me. I think I said that. Thank you to all those who have donated to my Cash App and PayPal. You've really blessed me. I was able to get food and get my phone, things done with my phone and my cords. And see, things go out a lot here, y'all. You know, all the iPhone cords and chargers you plug in the wall and headsets and speakers. Things just don't last as long. Like in the West, you have to keep buying them, and that could be a little pricey too. So, but all is well. Thank you so much. I'll do another video soon. I want to say shalom, kwa'eri, which is bye. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.